chair a convention because they never chaired one. I mean, to host a convention because they never hosted one, and this is where I got my first relationship with the staff here at this hotel.
But that 1994 convention was the first one that was actually hosted by the national as opposed to a chapter. It wasn't the DC chapter.
No, it was hosted by the board because we didn't have a chapter one to take it on. I think it was for the next 2 years.
So you worked on that while you were co-chair.
Yeah.
And you would also continue as co-chair of the Washington chapter, DC chapter.
And chairman of the DC chapter. And represented our organization on the March on Washington.
You may be the only person then that's chaired two different conventions. Is that right as far as you know? How would you, since you are, or since you may be the only person that's done that, how would you compare your experiences? Was one of them easier? Were they completely different, or were they similar?
Completely different. The one thing at DC is I was living in DC, and you're accessible to everything right there. And you have your members or your committee was selected were right in the area. With this convention, both was fun. I'm not saying there a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and with this one, I live 1,100 miles away. So you have to almost rely on trust that people are going to do what you suggest they do. And we went against the grain for the board as far as how committees are supposed to be set up. By not having co-chair, but it was a lot easier to have a buck stop with one person. And we had I was chair, we had 3 co-chairs, and I tried to select people I felt had skills in each area to work. So that, it's different in that respect. The headache, you can't please everybody, the common complaints, you're going to get that involved, so that's similar.
Now here though, although you were 1,100 miles away, you were actually working with a chapter. In D.C., were you working with chapter people, or was it a committee you assembled on your own, and how is that different from here?
Well, both there and here, the similarities is I selected the committee. I selected people I know will follow through and work. The D.C. chapter we had on D.C. convention, I knew Jim Terrell, I knew Rudolph and Kim West. We are all very good board members. And we selected people locally on subcommittees that would follow through, and we kept the program very organized. In this chapter, having lived here back in 87, from 81 to 87, I knew some of the members. And I knew if I had asked these people to work with some things, it would work out. So those, they had some similarities. The only hard part about this convention is the cost of going up and down the road, the conference calls, the emails, the long telephone calls, and the travel. You can wear on.
What can you describe your role in the March on Washington? That was 1993.
Washington.
And we had a board meeting in Washington that weekend, didn't we?
Right, and we also had a March banquet. It was great.
Right.
Yeah. My role was to represent our organization in all the planning meetings. We had traveled from, they had several meetings in Washington, D.C. area, then we went to Chicago, and we went out to Colorado once. I think it was Colorado. I couldn't make that trip. But my role was to make sure that our mission statement and our needs were met and addressed during the march. That was the purpose of being involved.
Well, you didn't run for re-election in 94. You could have. You weren't term limited.
Nope.
You'd had enough.
I was burnt out. I really, 1994, 1993 was, was pretty bad because I lost 5 very, very close people in my life. I lost my brother, my mom, within weeks of each other. My grandmother, she adopted me, and I lost 3 very close friends of mine, the age, two, they were all four of them, PC members, and it all happened within 5 months' time. All I wanted to do after 93 was to get through 94, and I just needed a break mentally, physically, emotionally, and I just kind of dropped off the face of it.
Well, other than your involvement with this convention this year, what involvement have you had with the national since then? You've come to all the conventions.
Yes. Well, I came back on the board for a while to fill a position. Was it
one of the secretaries? Yeah, that's right.
That was in 97. What year is this? 99?
99.
Yes, 97. But I didn't. I was only on that for a short time. I resigned in January that year.
Well, other than what you've talked about already, are there any other really memorable moments for you in this organization? Anything that really stands out?
Being involved in this organization is great. One of the things I can say is if it had not been for NABWT, I wouldn't be as active as I am in the gay community as I am. Every anniversary, every convention is really a memorable moment for me. I love it. It's just nothing you have to love it to do it. I'm not a sadist, a different person, but I truly love being involved with this organization. And I love its members, I love it. I believe in its mission statement strongly. And that's memorable, period.
Well, you kind of anticipated the next question, which is how has being a member of this organization affected or changed your life?
Well, it changed my life in two things I can state that's really neat. One, I came out to my son because of this organization. And I also came out to some people that were very, very close to me, very straight friends, and I think it was really good. It was very supportive. This organization has given me an extended family, so I think it's built me, it helped me build my self-esteem a lot more than just working in the regular private sector.
How have you seen AIDS affect this organization?
I think it's hurt us in a major way. One of the reasons, the first person I knew with AIDS was Mark Kramer, and I love Mark. He was never the DC chapter, and I loved him so much. And I was afraid of AIDS. I was afraid of anybody who had AIDS, and my heart was with Mark, and he walked me through his whole dying process. I mean, I got a chance to feel his pain with him. Just seeing that and all the other memories when I, look on watch people, as last night we just went to the talent show and watched people get off the trolley. And some of those who are HIV infected, and you just sit there and you see how energetic they had been, and how they slowed down so much, and that bothers me. It just makes you want to do something. And if I had the power to touch and heal, I would definitely just go around doing that, because a lot of the people that are affected with this disease are juniors, some of the strongest people to really help get the mission out there that we need. And they're not being able to, in the front of those people who are able to, it's just painful. So this affects this organization in a major way.
How have you seen race relations change since you've been a member of this organization?
I've seen black men more affection with other black men in this organization. And I go back to Washington, D.C. When I first started with BobW2, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and I first went to D.C. Black men, the way I saw it, did not talk to other black men. They would talk to other white men, but they just wouldn't talk to other black men. It's almost as if they didn't want you to be near their partner. And I've seen, since then, I've seen blacks being more friendly with each other, whites being more friendly with each other. So I think race relations within this organization are a lot better. I agree there's a lot of improvement because we still all have baggage, but I'm still a lot better about it.
How do you think race relations in the outside community have changed, if at all, since you've been in this organization?
I don't, well, personally, some of them have changed because I'm more aware of it. But I don't think they've improved that much. People tend to just dress things up now to tolerate instead of really accepting. I see that just for where I live in Florida, it's about classism. If you carry yourself a certain way, you look a certain way, you live in a certain place, white outside the gay sector will tolerate you out of because you're not in the hood. And within the gay community, I kind of do the same thing. People tend to accept you based on class a lot more than they will based on the culture.
How has being a black man affected your experiences in the National Association?
I really don't know. I think personally, my personality of being an administrator, I'm just somewhat conservative. I guess other blacks appreciate the fact that I'm just me, not anything different. You can be black and have fun, and be conservative, and be black and be wild and have fun. I don't know.
What?
That's a hard question to answer.
What do you mean by conservative?
Well, I'm more of a quiet individual. I have a great time, but I'm not one who hangs in the bars. I'm not one who feel you have to be loud and flamboyant and let people know who you are. And I think people have somewhat mistaken my being quiet and low key to being closeted. And I think people really know now that I'm not. It's just that you don't have to advertise what you are, just who you are, and whoever accepts you is accepted, they don't get out. I've seen a lot of black people that feel that they have to be boisterous and loud, not only in the gay community, just to be recognized. You don't have to do that. That's just my personality.
So you're talking about personality, personal conduct, not necessarily politics.
Not politics. You didn't ask my political career.
You're free to state it if you'd like. Everything goes here.
I am a conservative Democrat.
Now, what does that mean? Now that you've said that,
it all depends. I tend to vote my country.
All right. Well, we'll leave that unless you want to elaborate.
I don't want to elaborate.
All right. Well, what do you feel is this organization's greatest accomplishment?
19 years of survival. We are still strong in our own way. We still have the same mission statement. I think it hasn't wavered. It's still very inclusive, and we are still around. I think that's our major accomplishment.
What do you like best about the NA?
I don't know. No. I don't know.
Well, name some things you like about it, maybe. If you can't think of one thing.
It's mission statement. what it represents. I think that is the ultimate of it. That's why I'm still with it. It's mission statement, what we stand for, and the feeling of an extensive family. That's what's here. That's what's alive.
We've had a little debate this week about whether our convention is a family gathering or should be something greater or something in between. What's your feeling on that?
I feel that this convention is our extended family gathering. We've gone through too much as, interracial couples or people who want to date interracial. Not to have that safe environment, and it's our extended family. What one feels should be a little bit more involved, the family needs to decide that. It's like a family reunion. You decide what you want to do with your family reunion. I feel that with the board and whatever directions it gives, it will make whatever happens. But I didn't participate in that debate, so.
I think I heard you say something about this being a place for interracial couples, or like a safe place. Do you think there's as much need for a safe place for interracial couples now as there used to be, or do you think that interracial couples might be more accepted than the outside?
Doug, on that one, it's kind of weird. I would say 50-50. I think we still need that safe environment because the racism is still deep-rooted, and there are a lot of problems still out there we have to work through. But we paved the way for so many others, but there's still a lot of people who still need that way paved for them. And as far as the race is concerned, yes, maybe people are a little bit more comfortable going out doing different things, but they're not familiar about what actually happens, and they're just as ignorant as we were when we first started. Yes, you don't your money is there, you can go there, but you don't have any money, then they won't be bothered with you. So we being there as a safe haven for people to understand and who we are, what we're about. I would be 50% and 50% for the people out there who pave the way for us to enjoy it.
What do you like least about this organization?
Oh, how we can be so vindictive. And we can be very callous. I feel sometimes that people who really don't take charge are the ones that have the biggest mouths sometimes. And what I like least is that what is planned and worked on with the board and the house, nothing actually takes place until the next year at the convention when they bring it up again. That makes me very upset.
No, you're not alone. What's been your happiest recollection in the organization? What's your happiest moment, if you have one?
My happiest moment of this organization, recollection, was the convention in D.C. when the gift that was, it was presented to the whole convention that Jim Terrell gave as a gift for the African Art Emotion, the presentation they made. And he had given me a card saying, thank you for putting on a great convention. That was the most charismatic moment in my life. It was the ultimate to see that presentation and to see all of us. I think everybody there really, really enjoyed the presentation. That was something to happen. And when I won coach yesterday. That was nice too.
What about the saddest moment?
So many sad moments. Every time we lose a brother, the people of age that hurt, the loss of Jeff, John Tiemann, John was my idol, Reggie.
You're talking about Jim Terrell and Reggie Williams.
Sure, Jim Terrell, Reggie Williams, John Tiemann. I met Simon a couple of times, and
Simon Coley.
but I wasn't as attached to him as I was with that around the morning. But John King or Reggie Williams and I all had one thing in common. We all had the same birthday. So I got the best birthday from the day.
Well, what do you think is the future of this organization?
I feel that our future is to really be a little bit more involved in the educational aspect. Personally, I don't feel that our school's activism or what we feel really do is going to make that much of a difference. So I see our role as educators and a group that really feel like educate people about this that we're having to face with by utilizing the tools like the racism manual or the PRS program is one set up and setting discussions or outside workshops for other organizations to come in and be taught by a group that's been around 19 years. You take all the years of experience that we have and then, mold that knowledge where the gay community, with the non-gay community, and use that tool to come back racist. That's my long-term dream that I would like to be in the spokesperson and the organization that leads and educates people about racial issues.
What's your feeling as to how successful the NA actually will be in doing that? And do you think the NA will be here in 5, 10, 20 years?
Well, I'm breathing, they'll be around. And my feeling as with the directions that I've seen, with very few times I've sat in the board meetings and also looking at the plan, that it'll be accomplished. It just takes time to make it happen. So I feel that once the new buzz trained or people are trained in the right way, that we can have people out there doing those workshops and teaching people, that our visibility will be in a very positive way in the educational field. That's my personal feeling.
What do you think is our biggest need? Is it people? Is it finance? Is it both? And how do you foresee us meeting those needs?
They both go hand in hand. If you have a people, you need to finance the marketing program. And I have no doubt we are doing how we can do it, except that we do fundraising. I really have no idea how we can do that. So just get more people to be involved and get what they can to support the program. But we do need people who are dedicated, who are able to get out there and represent in a very good way. And say, we don't want to raise the street, that needs to do stuff across the country. And with that, I feel if we do it in the right way, it can generate funds. We can institute our pay outside of the organization is definitely would have paid $200 or $300 to go to an institute for 2 days. And given the literature that we have, or pretty much something we should do, especially with across the country, we can generate funds for it.
You think then that when we give our multicultural, multiracial institute outside that we should charge for it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all in marketing organizations. People out there want to know about it. And you don't see, well, I haven't seen anyone yet that's actually trying to teach them how to bridge races. I've seen organizations that support their particular group. We're the only ones out there to make a difference. And I'd love for us to do it for somebody else to do it.
Did you attend one of our workshops?
No.
Well, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I think it's a great idea. From around 30 years to listen to this and see what little hair.
You hope you're around when we actually finish the project.
No, I want to be able to go back and look in the archives and, hey, that was me 30 years ago. And still have so much heat.
Should we zero in for a close-up here? No.
You need to do that.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and we really appreciate your participation.
Okay, thank you, too.